5 groundbreaking space missions that flew under the radar. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Massive Phenomenon. 5. Ulysses, the Solar Polar Explorer. In 1990, the joint NASA-ESA Ulysses mission embarked on a daring journey to the uncharted territories of our Sun's poles. While the Sun's equatorial region had been studied, its poles remained a mystery. Ulysses, equipped with an array of scientific instruments, was set to change that. After launching, Ulysses set off on a unique trajectory to reach higher solar latitudes. In 1994, the Intrepid spacecraft flew over the Sun's North Pole for the first time. Over 6 years, Ulysses made 3 orbits of the Sun, analyzing its polar magnetic fields, solar wind speeds, and cosmic rays. Before Ulysses, solar scientists could only study the Sun's equatorial region visible from Earth. Ulysses provided a complete picture of the Sun's environment in 3 dimensions. Its observations led to new discoveries about how the Sun's magnetic field influences our planet and the entire solar system. As a pioneering solar polar mission, Ulysses fundamentally changed our understanding of the Sun and its dynamic influence. For Near-Shoemaker, the asteroid whisperer. In 1996, NASA launched the Near-Shoemaker mission, a daring venture that would make history by becoming the first spacecraft to orbit and land on an asteroid. The target was 433 Eros, a large, enigmatic near-Earth asteroid. Scientists hoped that by examining Eros up close, they could uncover clues about the origins of asteroids. After a 4-year journey, Near-Shoemaker arrived at Eros in February 2000 and became the first spacecraft to orbit an asteroid. For a year, it made close passes, meticulously mapping the asteroid's surface features, composition, and mass distribution. Then, in February 2001, Near-Shoemaker did the unthinkable. It maneuvered to the surface and successfully touched down intact, the first asteroid landing ever. Though not designed to land, Near-Shoemaker transmitted valuable surface data for 2 weeks before its batteries died. This Intrepid mission provided the closest look at an asteroid to date and the first evidence that near-Earth asteroids are loose piles of rubble rather than solid chunks. As the first mission to orbit and land on an asteroid, Near-Shoemaker opened our eyes to asteroids' true nature. It's like the spacecraft whispered to the asteroid, "Tell me your secrets," and boy, did Eros spill the beans. 3. Stardust, the Comet Whisperer. In 1999, NASA launched a mission that would make history by becoming the first to return a cometary sample and extraterrestrial material from outside the Moon's orbit to Earth. The mission, aptly named Stardust, had its eyes set on the comet Wild 2. Armed with an aerogel collector grid, a navigation camera, and a dust flux monitor instrument, Stardust was ready to get up close and personal with the comet. After a 5-year journey, Stardust made a close flyby of Wild 2 in 2004, collecting comet and interstellar dust. 2 years later, the samples made it back to Earth in a return capsule that landed in the Utah desert. The mission samples indicated that some comets may have included materials ejected from the early Sun and may have formed very differently than scientists had theorized. The spacecraft, which was still operational, was later recycled for the Stardust NXT mission, which flew by Comet Tempel 1 on February 14, 2011. This marked the first time a comet had been visited twice by any spacecraft. Talk about a second date. As the first mission to return a cometary sample to Earth, Stardust gave us an intimate look at these celestial time capsules and their secrets. 2. Hayabusa, the daredevil of space. In 2003, the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, launched the Hayabusa mission, a daring venture that would make history by becoming the first spacecraft to return samples from an asteroid back to Earth. Hayabusa, which means falcon in Japanese, swooped down on its target, the near-Earth asteroid 433 Eros, not once but twice, making 2 successful landings and collecting samples before making its way back home. Talk about a space-age heist. The spacecraft had to navigate through space for billions of miles, withstand the harsh conditions of outer space, and then land on an asteroid only about 1/3 of a mile, half a kilometer, in size. It's like finding a needle in a cosmic haystack and then landing on it. Despite the odds, Hayabusa completed its mission successfully, returning to Earth in 2010 with precious cargo on board, the first ever asteroid samples. So here's to Hayabusa, the daredevil of space, who swooped, scooped, and looped its way into the history books. 1. Moonshot, India's Chandrayaan-1. In 2008, the Indian Space Research Organisation (ISRO) launched its first lunar probe, Chandrayaan-1. This wasn't just a shoot for the moon mission. Chandrayaan-1 was on a quest to study the moon's surface and, in a twist worthy of a Bollywood plot, it discovered evidence of water. Chandrayaan-1 didn't just orbit the moon like a shy suitor. It went all in, dropping a probe onto the lunar surface near the Shackleton crater at the lunar South Pole. It's like sending a love letter and then showing up at the doorstep. The mission was not without its drama. After a year of successful operation, the spacecraft lost radio contact in 2009. But like the climax of a good movie, it had already completed 95% of its mission objectives. So here's to Chandrayaan-1, the lunar explorer that didn't just reach for the moon but also touched it. And in doing so, it opened a new chapter in lunar exploration. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.